off. So many hidden talents stuck in Europe. I cannot wait to see more of these players come out.
Absolutely. Like, people don't have enough respect on the European scene, man. They are so
100%.
talented. It's actually insane. Also, the cast is pretty great, too. Shout out to Aaron and Ramses. Now, here we go. Game number 1. We got Sonido versus Gluto, and Gluto is standing still, saying, come here.
That's the
literally pulled the Neo, just looked at him like, oh, I don't believe it. He is the one. The one.
He's like, every second that passes, I am the one.
That's true, and that's also a win condition for him too, because the longer you wait, the stronger Wario becomes, because he just gets access to WAP. He's got some gas building up, and it is not a good time for anybody, so you have to eventually approach. And there's those whip punishes, waiting for the apex of the side Bs, like we started to talk about at the very beginning. He's going to be looking to punish those every time.
Oh, straight right there too. And you talk about playing patiently. This is the name of the game for Sonido. We saw that earlier too on the stream. But this is definitely going to work in favor for Glutonny. But now he's kept Sonido by the ledge. Gluto trying to expand past that, but gets punished after that. Just get grabbed, and you see Sonido playing this very passive-aggressive. You see him trying to weave in and out on purpose here too. Because he knows that even though he's playing this patiently, it's Gluto that's going to have the advantage the more that time passes.
Yeah, if you start getting too silly too, not only do you run into the potential of getting up tilt wafted or something like that, but you also have to respect down tilt the dash attack. Because that is what Gluto is going to be looking for eventually. While you chill, and now gets it down tilt into grab, sets up stage position, almost catches him on the back air on the startup.
Let's get that dash attack. You see the attempt with the back air, but the high recovery from Sonido just jumping right around Gluto. Wants to try to stay center stage, but it's exactly what you were talking about. The dash attack coming right out of the down tilt.
Yeah, it's so consistent, especially off of whip punish. Whenever you got, it's not very often that you get a Sonic that actually gives you a chance to do it. But this is big damage, gets a second in there, but Sonido holding up and out to get out of that string as fast as possible, especially with the rage, to avoid a lot more damage that could have came there. And there's a back air Vicky, but even on town, still not enough.
That trade at the very start of the ledge right there too, you saw it. It was actually beneficial for Gluto because he was able to try to recontest the ledge here. He managed to get back safely. 134% by the way. Yeah, here I saw the flash for Waff come in too, so you can already see he's comfortable. This is his game that now Sonido's forced to play.
Yeah, this man is thick. He got a lot going on in his stomach right now. He looking a little full, and it is going to be hard to get that KO. Even at 150, he's going to play evasive because he's going to hitbox check him. You constantly put out hitboxes, so even if you do lose your stock, you get trade damage on Sonido. You want to constantly work that damage up, so it's easier. So, oh, wow, okay. Not today.
Come here, boy. He was ready. He was ready with it, yeah. And it gave so much time for Sonido to just jump around it.
Yeah, very, very smart. What in your mind does Sonido need to do to try and net scale? Because he's having a very hard time actually opening up in neutral, and he's going to have to push eventually, but he can't do it too hard because that is a very scary-looking Gluto right now.
Yeah, that's the issue right now. He knows that he's playing this patiently, but the issue is Gluto's at 183. He cannot find a way to close out the stock. Maybe trying to get a grab by the ledge can help him secure this, but the way that Glutonny's playing this with his tilt, he's quite literally spacing him out with this. You see the down tilt again. That down tilt being the key so far for Gluto to start things up.
Yeah, just simple and clean. Don't do anything crazy. There's not a reason to approach.
Right.
Wow!
You said simple and clean,
wow!
right? He just
you looking nasty. They ain't clean at all.
Big guy.
Coming in. Oh my god. Oh, we out of pocket.
But he landed on top of him too. He quite literally just ended up landing on top of him and said, you think I'm going to wait for your second stock to go away? No, I'm going to do it right now because guess what? I know I'm playing this patient enough to build up another wall.
Exactly. Now, after you work so hard to finally find that F tilt to get the KO, you have to work that much harder because now the landing there gets that consistent KO confirmed. Excuse me, combo. But I do like the up at a disadvantage. You can't do that too often because Gluto is going to chase you down at some point, but it is a good tool to get out of those strings because right now you're taking a lot of damage. What a jump read. After that down tilt, he knew he did not want to take the grab.
Because he's been jumping to try to dodge the down tilt, and it's all about that conditioning from the very start here. That down tilt just proving so strong, and now the down air to contest Sonido in the air.
Every single time. Once you're at this point, you don't need to move. You force Sonic to come to you, and he constantly challenges you. Now you have to watch out for the hitbox extension from the ledge. He tries to cover it with down smash. He tried to get him, but that was good ledge discipline from Sonido not moving. But if you stay there next time, he's going to slap you in the face with that F tilt.
Great patience. Not trying to get off there, even though he saw the Legend Invincibility was running out, but the B reverse on the platform, he wanted to go for the safety of the platform. Another mix-up, but Gluto is covering so much between the jump with the bite, too, that we saw on the other side of the ledge. and now again on the other side to close out the entire game. But Gluto is on another level. You talk about matchup here, and it is very apparent why it could be tricky here for Sonic to even find a way to approach, because you're essentially, from the very beginning, already forced to play into Wario's gameplay. And when you want to play a patient Sonic gameplay, you're forced to also deal with Waff, not just once, but twice, which is exactly what Gluto was comfortable building up.
Absolutely. Like, it's absolutely crazy that, you know, Glutonny of the name is, like, Wario is the sin of Glutonny. It straight up is. He is just eating everything, but also he's kind of like the sin of greed at this point, too, because when you get in too much, he will capitalize, he will push, and he also still stocks at like 40, so makes it so much harder. You see Sonido having a real deep thought right now. It's like, what do I even do? I don't, like, you shake your head because it's like, it's hard. That's not easy. That's not an easy thing to deal with. And the way that we're watching Gluto adjust to this matchup, it's his ability to get whip punishes is so much stronger. For Sonido, you almost have to rush in to try and force an early lead to then get that win condition of playing passive, which is way easier said than done.
And remember what you highlighted too, the fact that Gluto was able to get enough practice for this matchup specifically prior to the event is extremely important, because you're seeing tools like down air in the air, so that way Sonido has no way to approach here, or the down tilt follow-up too to contest Sonido. So Sonido actually trying to go in for a mix-up. Glutonny just closing the gap slightly, was able to already start off with 37% on Sonido. Yeah,
and I get the idea behind going here to Town and City, because you not only can change your recovery routes off of those platforms, and you have a flat stage, so it's a lot harder for Gluto to hide. Problem though, Gluto's really good at covering those platforms as well, and your recovery routes become a little obvious, and Wario is that much harder to kill because he's this Kalos and it has such wide blast zones. So you have to make this plan of getting a stock and then camping work. Otherwise, once Gluto gets the lead, he's going to do the same thing.
Look how patient right now that we're seeing from both these players. Sonido's like, I'm just waiting for the moment that Gluto's going to approach, but Gluto says, I don't even need to approach, but I have you trying to approach me in this situation. But the moment he had a forward here, tries to play into Sonido's gameplay, the mix-up immediately knowing to disengage from that situation after hitting Gluto's shield. But again, it's so tricky because you're at 55%. The time is ticking. The Waft is charging.
And we are out here playing neutral. A bunch of side Bs into cancel downers, but he finds the one. That was actually, I like that attempt. He hasn't gone for that at all. And if you catch that, that's a really early stock. Doesn't connect on it, but now Gluto's got to think about that.
And he feels comfortable doing that too because he's got the walls in case he's forced to attack, but up tilt, up air here. See the bike opportunity now too, sending Sonido off the stage. He's by the ledge, but the timing there, and this time it worked. It's okay, you gotta slap them off.
As soon as he recognized that he's very passive at ledge, smack them off for it. It won't work every single time. Wario can also go burr every single time too. You can catch him with that side B, which he finally did pull out. I've been waiting to see when he finally do it, and now he's gonna hold on to it forever because you see how scared Sonido is to approach. It is not an easy time, and now we see the win condition once again, Vicky. This is not looking good.
You see him trying to jump back too, maybe trying to go for a back air here. He's got the bike. He's gonna be able to go all the way to the other side, saying, "Hey, time to catch a ride. Where is my Uber driver taking me?" But I like the way he's just literally just pacing himself, backing off, sitting center stage, looking at Sonido. Oh, you're gonna approach me. And Sonido caught that in the air.
Almost catching the bear on the way back down too. By the way, Wario drives just the same as the Orlando people out here. That's all I'm saying. But that Nair did not get the KO. He's looking for it at 164. This blast zone is not helping whatsoever. Now he's got to potentially take a ledge trap here or forward throw pressure, but he's still doing a pretty good job of evading it. And he finds the dash cancel up tilt. He found the one single gap Gluto finally gave to him.
And it was right underneath the bike too there. You saw Gluto toss it on purpose so that way if case Sonido was going to approach, he could get hit by the bike, but he tossed it a little too late when Sonido was already holding forward there. So 87%, doing slightly better here, but this is the gameplay that Gluto was able to extend and take the first stock from Sonido in the first place, was his edge play, but he's holding on to Waff here. He's going to still hold on to it most likely since he's already at 92% for that second stock.
Absolutely. This is still very doable for Sonido if Gluto messes up on his defense, which he has not, and he has not messed up on his offense either. There's nothing wrong with doing that back air there, even if it's on shield, because at most you take a throw. You're at 34 up a stock, and now you're getting these stairs into up tilts. This is not looking too good.
I was scared right there too. You saw the double up air. He wasn't going to overextend though. He wants to try to rack up some more percent. Still got Waff, and that's fear being instilled too into Sonido. He knows what kind of setups Gluto wants to look for, specifically also looking at those falling up airs and also down tilt too, like you were saying before.
Gluto is just so good at the way he approaches this matchup. There's so many people who try to rush in too hard on Sonic to try and force something, and it doesn't work. You do not need to push or overextend when you have a lead, just like you just said, because he's just controlling the pace. He has tempo control entirely in his favor. favor. And now he might just land on you once again like last time with that down, but you have to watch out for that. But there's a back air, still not enough. Kalos definitely helping a little bit, but the weight of Wario definitely going to help him out there too.
Yeah, the weight and the DI there too. Like the follow-up with the immediate jump out of disadvantage. Sonido in some trouble. Maybe trying to go for the mix-up, maybe thinking that he may have landed on the platform right there, but the nair out of shield from Gluto, keeping him at bay by the ledge, but stuck in shield here. He didn't want to try to jump over Gluto. That was great there, because instead of trying to commit into trying to maintain center stage, he knew that he was going to be stuck by the ledge, and he just opted to hold shield instead.
Oh, here we go. This is your opportunity, but doesn't get it, and that's a punish off of shield. You finally decided to go for a dash attack because you thought you had my air dodge. No, sir. That is such a dangerous option, not only out of combos, but out of shield as well. Gluto looking absolutely dominant in that set. That looked rough. Even though Sonido started to make some adjustments there in the second game, it was just so difficult once you got a lead.
Would love to see it. I also love to see the adjustment made there too. Despite knowing that Sonido started picking up the pace in that game too by the very end. I like the change of pace that we also saw from Sonido. You saw him trying to bait and also go for different defensive options. But